Well, first of all, thank you guys so much for coming. I do apologize that I can't be there with you in person today. As I said, sometimes our, lives are like a little hectic as well during this time of year, and I'm having to travel to get some recruiting done so that I can stay focused and present once November hits and be there for our current players. So this is kind of my big week to be out and get as many like open gyms and stuff done as possible. So sorry that I can't be there in person, but I'm, excited to be here. And you've got two wonderful representatives of our women's basketball program sitting in front of you. I'm very blessed to have them as a part of our program. The Horizon League ratings actually just came out, the preseason ratings, and we were picked fifth as a team. I would say if you're looking at paper, that's probably where I would have picked us as well in terms of who we lost from last season. But a lot of people don't know who we have that has currently joined our team, and also players that have really stepped up in the off season to make us better. Our team is really focused on putting the best product out on the floor and not necessarily focused on the wins and losses column. We talk a lot about the intangibles and how we're going to get to the point of hopefully cutting down nets. It would be an honor to be able to do that for Horizon League Championship in March. But again, we're not going to talk about it. We're going to do everything we can to earn it. If we have the privilege of doing that, it's because we've done everything leading up to that, like step-by-step process to put ourselves in that position. But I'm really excited about our team. We've got some veteran post players and Megan Wallstead and Emma Whitmerhouse. They're returning for us and have had a great offseason. It's been really fun to watch them play together, and I think we're going to see a lot of really great things for them. Megan was just tabbed preseason first team all conference, so that's exciting. We always say again, that's just a preseason award, and she's got a lot of work to do to earn it towards the end of the year. So do our teammates to help her get there. And then we've got a lot of newcomer guards. We've got 2 point guards that'll be looking into fill into Michaela Schmelzer's shoes. That's Jada Donaldson and Kimmy Pepler. Both are extremely talented. I think they're going to both be playing a lot of time. At times, I think we're going to play them together on the court because we're really fast with them on the floor. And then we've got newcomers, Jessie, who's sitting in front of you from South Dakota. She's actually a transfer from an NAIA school who's a very high-level scorer for us and has been performing great in practices and really has seemed to fit in very well with our team. And then Kendall Need and Angie Sierra also stepping up in those guard positions.
Kyle, with Megan being on board here another year, what's kind of she's raised the bar so high in terms of her play. What's the next challenge, and how much higher can she set that bar individually?
Yeah, I think a big thing that, we've been really talking to Megan about this season has been increasing her leadership on the team. She's done an excellent job of it. I really think our team kind of like follows her lead. How she steps on the court, we step on the court. And so when she's confident, we're really confident as a group. We've been, drilling into our guards' heads this need for this inside-outside game. We've got a lot of really great shooters this year on the perimeter, Jessie being one of them. She's actually a career, close to a career 40% three-point shooter over 4 years, which is pretty amazing. So we're really trying to get to that inside-outside balance, making sure that we're getting Megan and Emma and our other post players the touches that they need. But Megan, more than anything, has really done it from a leadership perspective. I mean, she's really kind of taken hold of the team and been the voice of our team here in this offseason.
Hey, Coach, what's the vibe in training camp this year versus maybe years past with a number of new faces, but also some players that are back with expanded roles?
Yeah, I think there's definitely an energy in the gym and a hunger in the gym for sure. There's a lot of spots that are open on the court. It's kind of, we lost 3 starters. So there's a lot of people fighting for position, which makes every day really competitive. I also think that we've been in the gym more than ever. I mean, you walk into the gym upstairs and typically you're going to see 1 or 2 women's basketball players up there getting extra shots up, doing an individual workout with coaches. The drive is really evident to want to be successful, both individually and as a team, which is really nice to see. We've been talking about that a lot as a unit, a group. But more than anything, I just think we're having a lot of fun together. I don't know how to describe it, but in years past, you get to this point in the season and it's like you just want to play a game. You want to play somebody else. It's like, practice is kind of getting old. And when you walk up into our gym now, you don't have that feeling. It seems new every single day. That excitement is there. I think the players want to be there, the coaches want to be there. And we're excited to play a game. Don't get me wrong. We're excited to play somebody else, even this weekend in a close scrimmage, but it's more than that. It's more about just being together, and it seems like everybody's really enjoying their time with each other.
So just going off that, Megan, what do you think of the energy? What do you think of the vibe, and what do you have on the court?
I definitely agree with what Coach Rex said. There's kind of like a new energy. We have some young people coming in, and like a transfer like Jesse just brings a new energy and a new feel to the gym, which is really exciting for someone like me who's been here for 5 years. And it does just feel really fun and energetic every day. So that's been really enjoyable so far.
Megan, what are some of the goals you guys have set this season that you could share with us?
Yeah, well, Coach Rex had mentioned, like, obviously our big goal is to cut a net down at the end of the season, but also just taking it day by day and always improving each day in practice and every game, just taking those small steps and just having fun with each other and enjoying these moments.
Megan, can you talk about, you just said you've been here 5 years, yeah, you're technically only a junior, redshirt junior. Does that blow your mind when you actually sit and say that?
It is kind of crazy. And like last year I was a redshirt sophomore and I kind of joked and I was like, I might be the oldest sophomore there ever is. But it's just a great opportunity to have, extra years and extra time to be on the court. And I'm excited for this year.
Jesse, can you talk a little bit about the path that brought you here?
Yeah, so when I got the opportunity to play fifth year basketball, I just felt like I had to take it. At the end of the day, 20 years from now, you're not going to regret playing that one more year of basketball. So at the end of the season, I just kind of threw my name out there and waited to see what schools would reach out. And I had a lot of people reach out, but I just felt like for some reason Milwaukee was the place that I was supposed to be. And I've loved the coaches and the players and everything so far. So it's an adventure every single day, but I'm just excited. So
This is your chance to brag on yourself a little bit. How would you describe yourself as a player? What are your strengths?
yeah, I think scoring is definitely one of my biggest strengths. I love to shoot the ball. I love to get in the gym and get shots up. So I think that's definitely something that I bring to the table. But I'd also say, I'm pretty scrappy. I like to get steals and just kind of be everywhere on the court, too. So
She is one of the more athletic players we have in our program. And our strength coach was kind of blown away the first day he had a chance to work out with her. It was a pretty eye-opening experience for him as well to watch how she can change direction and her speed in the open court. We're definitely a lot faster this year than we've ever been.
Jesse, does your mindset change at all in the sense that at Dakota State you had to be the scorer of that team to have success, where now here at Milwaukee you had proven scorers around you?
yeah, so one of the reasons I wanted to come here was to be the best basketball player that I could be. And it's been a lot of fun to play with people like Megan and some of the point guards and other guards that we have, because in a way you're pushing yourself, but there's also less pressure because if you don't hit a shot or if it's a little bit of an off day for you, somebody else is going to step up and hit those shots. And maybe then my role for that day is to just play really good defense or to find the open player. So I've been able to grow a lot as a player, I think, because of that.
Kyle, I was wondering, you had the 3 freshmen who all redshirted last year together. How do they benefit from that, and what kind of contributors do you think they'll be for you guys this year?
Yeah, well, I mean, they definitely benefited from learning from the upperclassmen that we had last year. They've all taken huge steps in their game. Anna Lutz, our post player, is working through some injury stuff. She actually had to have surgery in the off season and missed the entire summer. So she's still in a process of coming back to being able to play full. But lately, you could kind of start seeing it click again. I would say last year during her redshirt year, we had kind of slotted her into that, first post rotation off the bench, second post rotation off the bench, definitely getting minutes for us. I would definitely see that being a possibility this year for her. She's a really strong scorer in the post and it can extend the defense from the outside. Hallie has been really consistent this last like 2 weeks in hitting her threes, which is going to be great for us as you know an extra person off the bench. She's also somebody that actually was nominated by her teammates and coaches for the leadership team. So a very young player getting the opportunity to sit on leadership council is a really big deal. And then Justina is just so dynamic. I mean, the way that she can get to the rim, it's extremely high level. And we're working on some of the finishing aspects of that, but she's putting a ton of time and energy and focus into becoming the best player she can be. So she's also somebody that I could see in the next few years taking some huge strides for us.
Kyle, my first television job, I covered a young high school phenom by the name of Anna DeForge, so it just means I'm old. But what does it mean to bring someone like that on staff?
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, first of all, Anna and I had built a relationship when she moved back to Wisconsin, and you know she's a legend in the state and has had such a successful professional career that I just wanted to kind of get her feedback on things within our program. She expressed to me how much she loved the college game. She was doing like player development stuff in our area. I even sent my daughter to train with her. That's how much I respected her. And so when we had the position open, unfortunately, when Tyra Buss had to leave, she moved overseas with her new husband, Brad Davison. We had this open spot and I couldn't think of a better person to fill into it. She brings, a wealth of knowledge especially from a player development side, because she was such a good player herself. And she's also brought a lot of new ideas to our staff, which has been really nice to kind of incorporate to our team in subtle ways.
For Megan and Jesse, is there a little bit of awe when you first see her because you know her accolades and stuff like that, or is it just coach now at this point, or how does it work for you?
I mean, yeah, definitely hearing her background and just like all the success she had, I was like, wow, like this is someone who can really bring a lot to our program. And she right away, we felt comfortable with her. She definitely connects with all of us. And it's really great having her in the gym, and her voice is definitely heard a lot, giving advice to even me as a post player who she doesn't have, that post experience necessarily, but she's always talking to me and giving me advice. So I really appreciate that in her.
Jesse, were you aware of her, or just what were your thoughts?
Yeah, so I mean, not being from Wisconsin, I wasn't sure who she was, but she's actually my skills coach, and so being able to spend as much time in the gym as I have with her it's been amazing. Like even from this summer and in the preseason, I feel like she's elevated my game so much already. I'm a person who loves to get in the gym, and she always loves to get in the gym with me, so I can text her at any time of the day, and she's always down to do a workout with me. So it's just been huge.
Kyle, I know you don't want to necessarily put a lot of high expectations on a true freshman incoming, but with Cammie, I know you're expecting a lot from her. Could you just kind of break down her game a little bit and what you think she's going to add to your team this year?
First of all, she might be the most competitive person in the gym. I don't know. It might rival between her and Jesse. It's very close between the two of them in terms of just competitiveness, heart, amount of time spent in the gym. She's incredibly dedicated as a point guard. She wants to study the game. She wants to perform, and so she puts a lot of pressure on herself in terms of that to be great, which I think is only going to make her that much better here. She's competing with our top team, our top group every single day. She will get high level minutes this year. I can definitely put that out there. She has an ability to see the floor differently than the point guards that we've had here. It's kind of been really kind of since Angela Rodriguez that we've had a point guard that has the vision that she has, as well as she has this knack to being able to shoot from, volleyball line and in. So she's creating a lot of opportunities for other people. It's typical every day that she's leading us in assists. And it's awesome because her and Jada are so balanced. They're so different from one another. Jada is one of the best point guard defenders we've ever had or I've ever coached. And so Cammie gets to work against her every day. And they're going to be able to balance us out really, really well because I think it's rare that Jada has a turnover. I mean, she never turns the ball over, and she plays great defense. And Cammie brings a little bit more of the excitement side. So it's going to be a great balance at the point guard position for us this year.
Megan, as a post player, you've played with some good point guards since you've been here. Where do you put Cammy right now, and how much do you think she's going to bring to you guys, and specifically you?
I think she's going to bring a lot to our team. She's very talented. She's a great passer, which I think is really great for our post players. Me and Emma are getting a lot of amazing passes from her, and she's kind of like throwing like behind the back passes, like crazy stuff that I'm like, wow, like she is very good and very talented. And like Coach Rex said, she sees the floor so well. And then Jada too, like Coach Rex mentioned, like they're just both very balanced and bring a lot to our team. So I think that is something I'm very looking forward to seeing on the court this year.
Kyle, you're coaching behind the back passes now. That's okay with you?
When they connect, yes, they're absolutely, it's absolutely okay with me. She threw a behind the head pass the other day that had a lot of people in the gym wowing. She's really dynamic. And so, yeah, I'm giving her a lot of freedom to be able to be the player that she can be and the player that we need her to be. I will say, it's different because, having Michaela Schmelzer here as our point guard for 5 years, Michaela and I just knew each other. I mean, before I call a play, Michaela knew I was going to call the play. So there's a lot of like learning having to be done at that point guard position, a lot of teaching just in terms of, game flow and what would we do in this situation. And I've really enjoyed that IQ part of it, really kind of sitting down with the two of them and spending a lot of time kind of teaching, what we would do in certain situations.
We have time for about one more if anybody else has a final question.
I suppose I could ask this loaded question for either of you. Share your ultimate dream to have happen this season.
I mean, I think I came here to play in an NCAA tournament. My last 2 years back in my NAIA school, we won back-to-back conference championships. So I'm here to win another conference championship at the end of the day.
I would definitely agree with that. That's something we haven't accomplished in my time here, and that is something that I really want to do. And I know that feeling's got to be amazing, and I want to make it to the NCAA tournament. So that's the ultimate goal.
Kyle, any final words?
Nope, just come out, watch them. It's going to be a really fun year. You're going to see a lot of really great stuff if you get in the stands.